Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. Did you know? China's countermeasures against the United States this time was swift and fierce. On September 25, China's Ministry of Commerce issued 3 sanctions within 24 hours, directly targeting 6 American companies. Just hours after China's announcement, the Trump administration announced retaliatory tariffs. So, the question is, why did China act so swiftly this time? Which American companies were sanctioned? How will Trump retaliate? Today, we'll take a look at all the inside stories of this Sino-US game. First, let's look at the decisiveness of China's actions. On September 25, 2025, China's Ministry of Commerce issued 2 consecutive announcements, announcing the addition of 3 American companies to the Unreliable Entity List and the addition of another 3 American companies to the Export Control List. Simultaneously, the Ministry of Commerce issued a 3rd announcement, deciding to launch an anti-dumping investigation into pecans originating from the United States. The companies added to the Unreliable Entity List are Saronic Technologies, Alcan, and International Marine Engineering. These companies are accused of long-term military and technological cooperation with Taiwan. Saronic Technologies specializes in unmanned surface vessels, while Alcan is involved in satellite broadband and maritime defense technology, directly supporting the resistance of unification by force. Also included on the export control list are Huntington Ingalls Industries, Flat Earth Management, and Global Dimensions. Huntington Ingalls Industries, the largest U.S. military shipbuilder, even made a high-profile appearance at the Taiwan Defense Exhibition in June of this year, showcasing unmanned surface vessels it intended to sell to Taiwan. A deeper dive reveals that China's sanctions have precisely hit the U.S. where it hurts. Take Huntington Ingalls Industries, for example. It's one of the largest U.S. warship manufacturers, and even the Ford-class aircraft carrier was built at its shipyards. Export controls on these companies mean they will face difficulties obtaining strategic Chinese materials like rare earths, which are indispensable in radar, missiles, and aircraft engines. Even more notably, China's sanctions are not only swift, but also backed by legal basis. Every measure taken by the Ministry of Commerce has a clear legal basis. The Anti-Foreign Sanctions Act, the Export Control Act, and the Unreliable Entity List regulations form a complete legal framework, transforming sanctions from a diplomatic tool into a rule of law action. Shortly after China announced its sanctions, the Trump administration responded swiftly. The White House announced that, effective October 1, high tariffs would be imposed on a wide range of Chinese products, including pharmaceuticals, furniture, and heavy-duty trucks. This swift counterattack clearly demonstrated that the United States had not anticipated the swiftness and precision of China's sanctions. While Trump's tariff retaliation may appear tough, it actually has significant weaknesses. Take furniture, for example. Chinese solid wood furniture accounts for 35% of U.S. imports. Following the tariffs, the average American family may have to pay hundreds of dollars more for a sofa. Heavy-duty trucks rely on Chinese castings for core components. Supply disruptions, or price increases, would directly lead to production cuts and layoffs for American automakers. China's sanctions emphasize differentiation. The unreliable entity list is equivalent to a market expulsion order, prohibiting companies from engaging in import and export activities related to China and prohibiting new investment in China. The export control list acts as a technological firewall, its primary function being to prevent specific entities from obtaining key Chinese technologies and products. The anti-dumping investigation into U.S. pecans directly hits Trump's political soft spot. U.S. pecan exports to China account for 40% of its total production. If dumping is determined and countermeasures are implemented, it will harm votes in U.S. agricultural states, one of Trump's core constituencies. Looking back, China's series of actions within 24 hours sent a clear signal. On issues of core interests, China will no longer resort to verbal warnings, but will instead take substantive countermeasures. This shift reflects China's growing confidence and maturity in diplomatic and trade negotiations. In short, China's 3 sanctions within 24 hours, followed by Trump's swift tariff retaliation, demonstrate the different strategic approaches of the two countries. China is adopting a strategy of targeted strikes and legal countermeasures, while the United States continues to rely on the traditional tariff tactic. Future Sino-US relations will likely seek new stability within this cycle of confrontation, probing, and balancing. China issued 3 sanctions within 24 hours, targeting U.S. defense companies. Trump's swift tariff hikes exposed weaknesses. This tactical exercise demonstrates China's maturity in responding in accordance with the law and reveals the limitations of traditional U.S. tariffs. What are your thoughts on this?